It's great having now over 170 people who've come to this meeting. It's a really fantastic opportunity for people to be able to network, build links, establish new links.
Yeah, I've had enthusiasm about genomics for a long time, and then I've seen that it's actually been really great at bringing people together. There was something I think that links the genome to in a very multidisciplinary way across both science and research and across clinicians and different clinical groups as well.
So I try to come up with a provocative title, Clinicians versus Exomes, because now that the exomes are taking over, people are questioning the role of clinical geneticists. And as I said, I'm trying to defend the honor of clinical geneticists. I still believe we have an extremely important role in the delivery of clinical genomics in the areas that I outlined in my talk. And basically, that's the essence of my talk today.
At the symposium, I had two opportunities to speak. One was on the general nature of mosaic disorders that aren't inherited from parent to child, but instead which arise in the child new. And then the second talk was on the general notion of how predictive medicine can change using genomics and the diseases that we can identify even before patients are sick.
So I'm going to be speaking about the use of genomic testing in epileptic encephalopathies, which are so severe epilepsies, and the clinical use and issues we have in clinical practice. And obviously I'm coming at this from the point of view of a neurologist, not a geneticist, so it's a little bit daunting speaking to this room of people, but I think it'll probably bring a slightly different perspective.
I had the opportunity to talk a little bit about what's been happening obviously in the kidney space with genomics, how we've gone through a process of fairly rapid change and uptake since 2013, which is really a pretty short time period.
Actually, I've really liked it all so far. I think we, particularly those sort of outside of the genetic field, tend to exist in our own little bubble, and it's nice to see what's happening a bit more broadly.
I thought it was a pretty diverse program, so covers areas of implementation, areas of variant interpretation, monogenic diseases, polygenic diseases, debates about policy implications of certain tools and so forth. So I really look forward to the rest of the meeting. I think it's going to be really exciting.
One of the sessions I liked the best was a session of 6 very short talks in each of 6 different disease realms that really highlighted how if you inserted genomics into the diagnostic and management process, you could really change how patients were diagnosed, increase the diagnostic yield of our approach, get patients diagnosed sooner, and have them diagnosed with less expense.
Yeah, I think it's important to recognise that we're not working in isolation. We're going to be encountering the same kind of problems, and so having that shared sense of purpose, and also having being able to build off other people's brilliant ideas or approaches to dealing with the circumstance would be the way to go, I think. This
is a meeting that I think there's a lot of hope, because there is change and there are things that are going on, and the technology is now muffin topping out into the healthcare sector. I think that's really exciting to see.